No filters, no scripts, no fakes, no fucking retakes. Welcome to the Midweek Blitz. We ain't polish, we ain't pretty, we ain't bought. We the one dropping heat when your heroes get caught. Fuck your safe takes, your weak ass debates. This the Blitz where we break, never bend, never fake. Mic slide, pressure's on. Say it with your chest, don't flinch. When we press, we expose all the rest. Takes cut like a blade, ain't no PR spear. We throw bombs in the booth that we play to win. This the Midweek Blitz, no chill, just rain. No notes, no leash, just beats off the cane. No lies, no scripts, just truth with a twist. If your mouth talks slick, better back that shit. Check your guns, check your pride at the door. Cause once the mic's on, we ain't holding back no more. Say what you mean or get clowned in the booth. This ain't for the timid, we demand the raw truth. We light fires, don't clean up the smoke. Put your name on the line or get ghost like a joke. We roll frauds, bury clout, chasing hacks. It's the bar where the real ones never hold back. No labels, no edits, no pandering bullshit. Just fire and wreckage. This is the fucking... This the Midweek Blitz, pure heat, no shame. No bark gets checked, put respect on the name. No mask, no plays, no industry tricks. If you talk that big, talk back that shit. No filters, no fakes, no retakes. Just heat. Midweek Blitz. We said what the fuck we said.
Welcome back. Like I saved it again. Saved them fucking burgers.
One flip.
One flip. I'm a one flip guy.
I'm a one flip kind of guy.
Smash. The way the baby says that.
One flip. Smash. No, the best is when he goes, whoop.
Whoa, no, his little chin. Whoa. I just watched it again today.
Fucking
Y'all are
great.
funny.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Midweek Blitz. Of course, next week we won't be here again Tuesday. I'll be heading up to my uncle's funeral there. So we'll just pony up with the Monday Fun Day and the Midweek Blitz. But we've been missing out on the Pop Minute, so I feel bad. And I'm like, all right, let's do this Pop Minute. And then we'll get to some hot takes. So Irish boxer turned pop culture star returns after 16-year hiatus. Mark Mysterio, a former undefeated boxer turned Billboard charting artist, is making a comeback in the ring against WBC's 18th ranked Sergey Radichenko on October 12th. Are we interested?
No.
Charlene Kais, I think that's how you pronounce that. Musical parodies go viral. The classically trained musician has gained widespread attention for her pop parodies videos, breaking down the recognizable elements of hit songs. Has anybody heard any of them yet?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully it's not Poop Minute.
Yeah. Pop parody videos. Pop is just weird to me. You know, it's soda parody videos, but apparently it's pop.
Hey, they
Taylor Swift buys back her master recordings. The pop icon has officially regained ownership of her first 6 albums, marking a major milestone in her career.
I thought she did already, but that's just me. I'm slow.
I thought she did already as well.
I don't know. I thought
she re-recorded it.
I don't know.
Well,
I thought she owned her masters a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I know that it's hard to own your masters.
Listen to me. This seems very white of me. But Paul, what's going on in the Beyonce world? Is there any big?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay. So that explains.
There's a lot.
Okay, so you see what's going. Okay, so there isn't enough going on for.
Can I say it one time?
Of course.
There's a lot of unseasoned people that are really upset with Beyonce right now. I just want to say that.
Okay, all right. So again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. That was very white of me, but thank you, Paul, for picking me up. This is a pop minute. I should know better. Okay, so Robin Thicke marries longtime fiance April Love Gaddy. After a 6-year engagement, this singer tied the knot in a private ceremony. And that's your pop minute. Yeah.
Does that 6-year engagement include the dating phase, or is this just?
He had that song, right?
Why are you engaged for 6 years?
Because he was because he's Alan Thicke's fucking son. That's why.
That's just.
He's weird. He's just.
Listen, this is the thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Us regular humans, if we stay engaged for 6, we're not making it to 6 years, let alone a year, maybe a year and a half being engaged before the chick leaves you. Because you're taking too long.
Remember, we're talking regular humans. We're not talking about
superstars. Clearly, she's going to stay around because the money's.
Stay around. You got the money.
Well, I wouldn't call him a superstar,
but they got bigger pockets than us.
Much bigger.
Yeah, that's because of daddy. Yeah.
I wonder how this is going to work.
But Robin Thicke is a singer, and he's one of the people on Max Singer. But I'm saying he has money, more money than all of us combined in this show right now. For now.
I don't know. Yeah, royalty.
Okay. This explains a lot. He's fucking Canadian. So
is he?
Yeah.
I just
there you go.
That's
weird. Nope. That just settles everything right there.
Well,
does it?
Yeah.
My realtor's Canadian. He's a really nice guy.
But is he engaged for 6 years?
He's not Canadian if he lives in the fucking United States anymore. He's an American. I'm saying he lives in Canada. He's a Canadian.
I can't have it over here because now you just said that. And I went, are you kidding me? And I'm looking you in the eye. The camera doesn't see that right now, but I'm looking you in the eye. All right, because I just got over this thing. All right, you want to bring it up? We'll talk about it real quick. All right, because I just got over this thing with this 23andMe bullshit and this Ancestry.com. I'm Scottish. All of a sudden, I can hear my
you probably shouldn't have did that. They just sold all of their DNA.
Didn't they go bankrupt or something? Didn't they file for like bankruptcy or something?
I know, man.
No, they didn't file bankruptcy.
Yelled at me. She's like, "You're back."
You're right. They sold it or something.
No, they sold it to fucking Google.
Regardless, listen.
Yeah,
I know. I okayed them to do everything in the beginning. I don't give a fuck. I was like, hell yeah. I just got a letter in the mail from the Army about this million veteran program.
They already have your DNA. You're in the you were in the military.
Oh,
so either way,
they got your stuff locked away somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
it's in a safe.
I'm like, listen. I was telling the wife, I'm like, I think I'm going to do this because there's a small chance they're asking me because they have my body and I'm a good super soldier.
Or you're going to be part of the social credit system, and you're going to be
the new Steven Rogers.
Yeah,
I don't give a no. Maybe.
Or are you going to be the abomination?
So my thought process is okay. So the soul that's in this body right now, and it's going to move on, and then all of a sudden, like something's going to happen, and I'm going to feel like my soul split in half later on in the future, and it's going to be because like people on Earth are recreating soldiers because they're in this crazy fucking battle and they need bodies, but they're scientifically advanced, so they no longer to make babies, they just make babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're like combining Starship Troopers
like some
with
Futurama type
or
shit.
Something. That's some crazy
I don't
shit.
know. I was just driving down the road thinking about it the other day. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. I don't fucking know.
If anybody's gonna think of this, it's gonna be.
I got that letter, and that's what went through my mind. But anyways, back to the Scottish story. And I've been telling them all that I'm part of the Corlett family. I'm Scottish, blah, 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 blah. My great grandma Corlett. She's on the fucking book from what's that fucking island with the statue on it for there in New York. It's that fucking everyone on Ellis Island. Man, you guys, come on. Every once in a while I need some help.
Listen,
Jesus Christ.
I feel like you have it under control. I feel like you have it under control.
All right, so anywho,
I don't like to sit there and tell people and point them out that I'm actually an immigrant because it's probably the worst thing you should fucking do right now. Just tell people, yes, well, we came over on the boat. What's that island that we all
came over on the boat? Listen, don't even get me started with my dad.
No, but
and all you're gonna hear is a knock on the door.
Here's the reason I bring this up to you.
We're looking for Mr. Charles.
So I listened to two people debate this the other day. I'm like, you do realize that there's like maybe less than 0.5% of people that actually aren't immigrants that are alive right now, and it's not even the Native American people. It's like the people that literally just walked across from like Mexico, because there's really not really truly any more Native Americans that are even 100% anymore. I don't think there's any.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure there is, but it's probably a small, like a very small.
I think there's a handful.
Yeah, but they're still out there. They're just not as potent as they used to be.
Well, I don't know if there's actually a true 100% anymore, because they've all interbred with people who are half or 25%. There's no true 100% Native American anymore.
So I think there still is, just for the simple fact that
hiding somewhere.
Because there's, you have to believe that.
Will know.
No, and I think the reason why there is because some of those tribes, they're very true to keeping it in their village and not mating or dating or marrying outside of their village. And that's how they keep their tribe and their heritage alive for as long as it's been alive now. Do they have a few that, you know, fall off the wagon and go marry somebody outside of the tree? Yes. But I'm pretty sure that there's a handful of people that are still out there that are all the way true from the back in the day. They could follow their tree all the way back. They don't need 23andMe to know where they came from.
Yeah, I was telling them all that I was Scottish.
No, I'm not trying to make anybody.
So you're gonna get a skirt?
It's gonna be very difficult for you to.
You're gonna get your little kilt.
Yeah. What's that?
I was gonna say, what are you saying?
You're gonna get your little kilt and get your little bagpipe.
Oh, him? Yeah.
Dude, I love bagpipes, man. I love them. Just the music and everything is amazing. I actually have liked songs on my Spotify list. It's hilarious. If you hit rando on my Spotify list, you're in for a ride. A fucking ride. And I'm telling you, everywhere, from light to dark.
Y'all are fucked over there. They just found the first snake in how many years over there in Scotland?
On the fatherland?
Yeah.
They'll take care of that.
I don't know if they'll take care of it. They're all fucking scared of it. They ain't seen one in
I don't like snakes.
500 years. Yeah, but we have them here. They don't. Weird.
Yeah, but here's the kicker.
There's no kicker. They're all fucking pussy whipped.
There's a lot of things in America right now that we have that we shouldn't have, like zebra mussels. Zebra mussels are one of them.
Yeah, but that came from ships that were bringing into the Great Lakes and blah 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 blah. That was inevitable. That was going to happen regardless.
So this fucking snake probably got out of somebody's house. Another snake probably got out of another person's house. They found each other magically because the universe is crazy like that. They did the butt nasty out there, dropped 12 eggs. Now you just got a bunch of butt nasty fucking 12 egg fucking snakes out there.
Wait a fucking minute.
I don't know if that's going to work. I think more so this was to somebody.
How did we get there?
Joke, but yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to tell you guys I'm Scottish, and somehow we're on snakes on a motherfucking plane.
No, I just said that. I said you were talking about Scotland. I brought up a Scotland fact. They found a snake.
It was a good fact. I haven't heard that one yet. So, anyways, I look on this 23andMe. Now it's got me fucking 99% Northern European.
I don't even know how that's possible.
I know, dude.
Like, I see that shit right there. Just makes me think it's fake. Like, how long has your family been here? For fuck's sake,
a long time. 5 generations.
Yeah,
you're telling me
99.9%
of you is
99% Northern Irish.
So every single person in Charles' family found another northern person.
There's a little bit of Irish in
absolutely nobody but Northern Europeans.
My dad's family was part of the Irish slave trade back in World War I.
Yeah, that was probably that was the railroad.
So like the whole bloodline disappeared for 15 years and then popped up all over the world.
So here's my question then. So there's no specific, they didn't break it down? It just said Northern Europe.
Broke down. Yeah,
I'm about to say.
Yeah,
so you're a mutt.
Aren't we all?
No.
Technically, yes. I'm definitely a mutt.
I'm just saying, you can't if you are 100% anything,
No, it's because then right underneath it.
I want to meet you if you're 100% whatever you are.
Because that's why I was bringing up the Native American thing. I thought it'd be cool to meet one.
It shows 94.8% Southern European. I'm like, what the fuck? There's this long history about the Corlett family and royalty and the Isle of Man and Scottish royalty embracing French women for their beauty and all this other baloney. So there's a whole bunch to it. And anywho, that's not the point of the story. The point is that they saw the Southern Europe and was like, oh, you're a fucking redcoat. And I'm like, whoa, bro.
You were talking about this the other day. You're like, fucking redcoats. And then now Charles is like, well, shit.
Bro, so I started like, I was like, no, you look right here. And they're like, but no, look, you fucking redcoat.
Apparently he found some facts that he wasn't quite ready for here.
Oh my God.
And now look at you.
Yeah, now look at you.
I was pissed. I thought I was pissed when I found out I was like, there was like French in me. Not a lot. 0.7 or 1.7%.
One day I'm going to do it just to see where everything leads.
So then they're like, why don't you do the Ancestry one? It'll be better. So I'm going to do the Ancestry one. We'll see what happens.
Why the fuck you got to do two? They can't share that. They don't share that shit between them?
Dude,
it's fucking weird.
No, listen,
it's fucking weird.
To you, that's normal to me. You understand? I've been working with the government my entire adult life. This is literally how the government works. Everybody's on the same floor. They're all in different rooms.
Yeah, this ain't the government.
Nobody talks to each other.
You're not dealing with the government.
Nobody
talks. You're dealing with a private forensics organization is what you're dealing with.
When I signed up for that 23andMe shit though, dude, like they were like, do you mind if we do this and that? How the fuck do it all? Do it all, baby.
Yeah, I think Mandy did it. She found out a bunch of cool shit. She found out that her dad lied to her and said that they were like all straight from Germany. They fucking weren't. Because they're like 8% German. Yeah. She found like a bunch of people in her family. It's got that part of it's cool.
My wife's from the islands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
fucking coast of Spain.
Yeah, at some point, I'm sure my DNA is all over the place because I donate plasma, I donated blood. I'm fucking DNA is all over the place. But
everywhere I've been in the world, I'll let you know a secret. Everywhere I've been in the world, I've spit on the ground. Everywhere I've been on the world.
You're trying to stay somewhere.
I've spit on the ground. Hell yeah. I've made it a point. So I have
been to spit on the ground. Talk, you spit anyway. And I guess it doesn't matter.
I've gone as far away from one spot as you can go without coming back. And I fucking spit on the ground. Yeah, because I'm like, one day, maybe some crazy accident.
Do you know what this means? You know what this means? Charles was the original Hawk Tua.
I'm not going down this road.
I'm not saying he's
I'm not going down that road.
He's the original Hawk Tua. You spit. He's been spitting that. He's been spitting.
Man, that sucks. No,
it's funny though.
Of course, it's funny.
Per my counsel, I'm putting in my Fifth Amendment rights, and I plead the Fifth on this conversation. Oh wait, what did Charles do last time? I'm sorry, I lost connection. What happened?
All right, any more fun facts, Charles?
Oh, so yeah, no, after a couple of hours of them calling me redcoats, they were like, oh yeah, no, we're just kidding. I was hurt.
I would have been pissed. I've been pissed.
So you part of the group now? Yeah. I mean, you're one of them.
What?
I'm just messing with you.
Oh, sorry. Bro,
put your crazy eyes away.
Listen, I understand why things happen. All right. I've never felt the way I felt when I was just called a redcoat. I've never felt that way before.
This is new. I don't like it.
You gotta remember, we all came from over there.
No, I didn't, Patrick.
You came from that's all technically considered over there.
It is
tomato.
I'm just saying we all left over there for our freedom over here. Some of us were not exactly free when we came over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They brought us over here.
Oh yeah. No, I remember. I know. That's what I mean. I've got
those documents are cool with the signatures on the ship logs and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Those are cool. I think we have those. My grandma has our family crest in a book somewhere. I think my dad might have it.
I got a family crest and everything, bro. It's badass.
Yeah, it's cool to go back that far. Yeah.
I can't wait. I
was just like, I want to go back and see this shit.
There's a reason for the show to go there, but for multiple reasons. One, they do that fucking 24-hour bike race on the island.
Yeah.
That Lamage or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, where like people die every year on it, guaranteed. Yeah.
I died just walking my 3 miles.
And not only that, but the island is just badass. I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's a sight to see.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's smack dab in the middle of the channel. It's just gorgeous. But anywho, yeah, no. Okay, so first hot take of the day. Oh, what are we going to go with? Let's go with the only one I remember. Does anybody else remember 2 of them?
I remember one that you talked about yesterday that you wanted to talk about. 2 curses in one season.
Oh, yeah, that was the one I didn't remember. All right, cool.
2 curses in one season. 1 is bad enough, but 2...
that one's it.
2 is...
the Madden curse there, too.
And then winning the division 2 years in consecutive, basically. It hasn't been done in, 16, 17
there's
years?
the Jennifer Lopez thing. That's super important.
What's important about her?
No, okay. So this all ties in. Whenever she broke up with the Carolina Panthers went to the Super Bowl.
Listen.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Nobody cares about her though.
No, but we care about the Carolina Panthers going to the Super Bowl because it's NFL news.
Okay, the year 2002 to 2003, Ohio State National Championship.
Correct.
Jaguars and Panthers open the next season.
Yep.
In Jacksonville.
Yep.
This is true.
Jennifer Lopez got divorced from Chris Judd. Panthers make the Super Bowl. 2014-2015, Ohio State wins the Natty. Panthers open next season at Jacksonville. J-Lo files for divorce against Mark Anthony. What happens that year? Panthers make it to the Super Bowl. 2024, 2025, Ohio State just won the national championship. Panthers and Jackson. Panthers open next season, this season coming up at Jacksonville. J-Lo has filed for divorce. Ben Affleck.
Carolina Panthers
make it to the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl? Maybe.
Y'all are reading too much into these.
No, we're not. We're not reading enough into it.
Listen,
that's blasphemy.
I gotta be that guy. The only reason why I gotta be that guy, and this is just because of me. Because I am sick of Jennifer Lopez.
Well, yeah, but that's just a part of it. It's just a little part.
Jenny on the block is going to put a hit out on you.
I don't give a flying flip.
You know that, bro.
She can't sing.
She got with Ben originally to break the image, and now got with Ben to stop the diddiness. But Ben's no diddy here.
No diddy. No diddy.
Listen, Absolutely. she has as many rings, if not more, than Tom Brady. She's got like the infinity stones of engagement rings and wedding rings.
That's true.
Like at this point, is she the problem?
Is money the problem?
Probably more than anything else that we've said.
Yeah,
I'm going to
say fame. Fame is. Or it's. Oh, did you just say she's Puerto Rican? That's the problem.
No, she was Diddy's hitman.
She's Puerto Rican.
Hitman for a while, wasn't she? That's why she got with Ben the first time.
She's Puerto Rican. That's like a third of the problem.
You said it.
So the other hot take, which I do remember now. So is Cat Williams a terrible person?
Depends who you ask.
If you ask Tom Thibodeau, I'm pretty sure he's going to tell you yes. Because Cat got him fired from Minnesota, comes over one season with New York. Tibbs is on the doorstep of the NBA Finals, and Cat gets him fired again. What's up with this? Like, what's up with Cat?
So you think Cat got this man fired twice?
I think Cat got this man fired twice.
I did not even think to put that together.
No, I honestly I don't. I think Thibodeau he did this to himself because
he works his players too hard, man.
It just happens to be that Cat followed him there.
Did he? No,
Yeah, he did.
Whoa.
Yeah, because Thibodeau was there before Cat was there.
Yeah,
Cat was. They traded for Cat.
Tom probably wanted no part of that.
Why? Yeah, that was probably an uppers deal anyway. But
I don't think that it was his doing.
Well,
is it a coincidence? It's a very far-fetched one. I'm like, he's not a defensive player. He's never been known to be.
Tibbs probably can't win with two players like Cat. Cat and Brunson are terrible defensive players. They are very good basketball players, and Brunson is a very good player. And after the presser, the way he handled it, even the way they handled the situation earlier in the season, honestly, the biggest mouth in that locker room was probably Mikal Bridges when he was questioning the coach not utilizing the bench enough during the regular season.
The entire season. The fucker acted like he didn't have a bench the entire season.
Again, he runs his players to the ground. He
runs
45 minutes. Most of his superstar players are averaging.
What did we all say? He runs a 90s style NBA.
So he is almost 70 years old. So he's been in the NBA since they used to do this on the norm, and it was fine. You'd still play 82 games.
I'm not saying he's not a great coach. It's just that style doesn't
you got to adjust. He has to.
Are we acknowledging that players today are more of a bitch than yesterday, so we have to start giving them breaks, and Tibbs just won't?
Unfortunately, this is the whole Doc Rivers fucking conversation all over again. He has the same coaching style.
And this is the thing. He came from Doc Rivers, and he was in Boston before he came to Chicago.
Yeah,
he was under Doc Rivers with that.
I'm just saying there's similarities with both coaching styles, and it just seems like it gets you to the playoffs.
There does seem to be you have to have a name on the back of your jersey in order for me to play you off the bench.
Sure,
if you're not sixth man of the year material, it's hard for them to play. I believe the quote was, if Tibbs had a baseball team, he'd struggle to play 9 players.
And this is the thing.
That doesn't make sense because the roster
I think that's what ended up killing him long term, especially with Indiana.
He would go with a starter too long.
Because Indiana used the hell out of their bench.
They always do.
And
so you got a bench to use, which the word on that is Detroit's very interested in Miles Turner. I think he would physicality wise, he would fit.
But is Indiana ready to let that go? I know that they've.
We'll see what happens.
If they win,
I don't know. I don't think Tibbs should have been fired, man. I mean, there was progression.
I think what it was is that they pissed away a 15-point lead, and that a lot of that fell on coaching.
I agree with you. But then again,
they pissed it away in the last few seconds without calling a timeout. That last 30 seconds you could see.
Why are we blaming the coach in this scenario? But when it happened at Boston and with the Pistons, we're blaming the players. Because the Knicks came back from 20-point deficits multiple times against both of those teams. And against the Pistons, it was, they're not ready. They weren't. They didn't have any experience.
I don't want to point fingers at the shitty officiating in the Pistons series, but that had a lot more.
We can do that too. But the officiating,
considering the game was as close as it was, that had a lot more to do with it.
I agree. But the officiating has been terrible all basketball conference. My point though is why with the Pistons and with Boston, we're blaming the players, but when New York, we're blaming the coach.
Obviously, the upper management must have seen something they didn't like. This must not have been the first time this style of coaching towards the end of a game had happened where he pissed it away. But they were just sick of it.
But even with that,
this wasn't
Tibbs,
that play.
And this is coming from somebody that's had Tibbs as a head coach.
I agree with you, Patrick. It's weird.
I don't think he was a bad coach. I think the scheme, yes, we can all agree that the scheme, it works. He's a defensive-minded coach, and it works if you have the right players for your scheme. But him running his players for 40, 45 minutes a game, like his star players, and not giving them rest, it hurts you down the stretch. And I think like New York was probably worried that he was going to run Brunson and them.
If you spend the offseason in Cancun filling your belly with fucking pizza and margaritas, maybe. But if you took the offseason like you used to in college and you're $1 million motherfucking athlete, you're only playing 82 games in a season, most of the time you're not even in any more back-to-back situations. So I don't know. I don't see an issue with that. And mostly because
apparently the GM made a statement of why he fired Thibodeau. Leon Rose. Singularly focused reason for firing Tom Thibodeau. This was the New York.
I figured I haven't looked into it since it broke, but I'm glad they came out with the statement. Do you have it?
Our organization is singularly focused on winning a championship for our fans. This pursuit has led us to the difficult decision to inform Tom Thibodeau that we've decided to move in another direction. We can't thank Tom enough for pouring his heart, his soul into every game, blah, 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 blah.
So
ultimately, we made the decision. We feel it's best for moving forward. Tom will always be part of the Knicks.
Yeah,
because he couldn't win him a champ because he couldn't get him to the finals. Apparently, they
haven't won a championship since when? What, 82?
I don't know. It's been a minute. Yeah,
but this is my thing. In the 5 years that he was there, they've been to the playoffs 4 times, the Eastern Conference once, and 2 seasons in a row they've won over 50 games. I get it. They haven't gotten to a championship or won the finals. However, if that is the case, how does Doc Rivers, Ty Lue still have a job?
Oh yeah, no. There's a lot.
So explain to me how that makes sense.
Wow.
There's a solid chance that Tibbs is coming to Milwaukee. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's fucking just pay another guy. Whatever.
We're going to be paying another coach. Whatever.
Like Paul says, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not paying 3 coaches. The one's about to fall off.
I'm just this shit doesn't make sense to me.
The whole situation.
NBA coaching.
That was the point. And great point, Paul, because that was where I was driving or trying to drive to. Anyways, you shouldn't let me drive.
I get it because Doc Rivers has a championship. Ty Lue has a championship. But again, let's be realistic here. The only reason why Ty Lue has the NBA Finals championship is because LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
Point blank.
Yeah.
The only reason why Doc Rivers has a title on his name is because of the Big Three. What have you done for me lately?
No, I agree. But in the case of Tibbs, there's been progression. Now if next year you get a first round bump from the finals, all right, okay, I can understand that. And more.
But if you make it to the finals next year,
who's out there that's better than Tibbs right now?
As a free agent coach, nobody. No.
You know what I feel like this is going to end up being for the Knicks, and I'm pretty sure it could be on that route. It could be what happened with Mark Jackson in Golden State, where somebody takes over the team and starts to win championships, like Steve Kerr did in Golden State, because he inherited already something that was already ready to win.
I'm gonna look up the odds for the.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're gonna win. Golden State wins.
So no, I see what you're saying. So that's the thought process then. And then it makes sense. Even if it's stupid, it makes sense.
But the Knicks are basically saying that he is not good enough to get the team over.
Yeah, we've seen it done before. We're seeing progression with you, but we don't think you can actually do it because of how you lost. So
now the question is, who do you get? Do you go after? Do you go after J Kidd? Jason Kidd?
He just got re-upped on his contract last year, didn't he?
I thought he.
Yeah, because the Lakers were going to go after him, and the Mavericks were like, "Fuck you," and gave him.
I didn't even think about. Jeff Van Gundy is on the bench, and he wants to coach again.
Coaching again,
and he used to coach the Knicks, and he loves New York.
And he's taken him to. And he take him to the last time they went to a finals.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a good
Van
fit?
Gundy?
That'd be a good fit. He's the assistant with the Clippers.
It's interesting.
The NBA is one of those revolving doors that they do bring coaches back.
Yeah, definitely. But shout out Indiana. Shout out. I still think Cat's the reason he got fired. But shout out Indiana. Shout out Thunder. 9 seasons in a row now. We're going to have a different title winner. 7.
Yeah.
Thank you.
7.
Thank you.
But still,
I don't have much hope for this to be a very good series. But
I do. I think it's going to be a fun series.
You really think that they can keep up with Oklahoma City?
I think that it's going to be an entertaining series, though. Even if it is a sweep, let's just say it's a sweep.
Bro,
I don't think it's going to be an easy sweep.
Cleveland, and they ended up beating them at Cleveland, which nobody did.
But they beat the only team at full strength that they beat was
give a flying
Knicks.
fuck
You are blind. You're blind.
I know. Listen,
29 points
they
a
are.
game.
Oklahoma City's fucking loaded, dude. Fucking loaded.
Listen, my money
9
is on
dudes that can
OKC.
fucking ball.
My money is on OKC. However,
I don't care.
However,
because one game's gonna be within 5 points, we're gonna be like,
listen. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Even though Cleveland was 90% injured, I get you. You still got to play. You still got to suit up, and you still got to play, right or wrong.
Yeah.
You still got to put a team out there.
Yeah.
Indiana is a very sneaky little team, and I will not sleep on them. I slept on them versus the Cleveland series. I semi-slept on them versus New York, and they made me eat my words.
Yeah, but Oklahoma City won like fucking 70 games.
Again, I hear you.
Okay.
I'm not saying
players last 2 weeks of the season.
Paul, you start us off. Pick them. Who's winning the series? And how
I
many
think it's
games?
going to be OKC in 6.
Patrick?
OKC in 4. They're fucking 10. They're 10-point favorites the first fucking game. Come on, you can't even fucking.
All right, I found this.
Vegas wouldn't even take your money if you wanted to go with Indiana.
I was.
I'm pretty sure they'll take your money and laugh at you while they're taking it.
For you, yeah.
I was watching.
Unfortunately, this might be the most unbalanced NBA Finals we've had in years.
Could be. So I'm going to pick OKC in 6, but I'm going to root for Indiana. I'll be honest with you. And I'm not rooting for Indiana. More as I'm just rooting against both of them. Which one I would root against less. Now, people call him the free throw merchant, and I get it. He is.
So was James Harden.
That was James Harden.
I'll give you a stat right now. SGA is averaging 33 fucking points a game in the playoffs, and he missed 3 fourth quarters of the fucking playoffs.
I'm not debating you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
We all picked OKC to win.
I'm just saying.
You guys are on crack. There ain't no way.
Listen, I hear you.
No.
These are the reasons why I'm not sleeping
Indiana's
on
Indiana. Too.
This is why I'm not sleeping on Indiana. I'm going to tell you why I'm not sleeping on Indiana. All right. One, Halliburton has got the biggest chip on his shoulder right now, not only for being voted the most overrated player this year.
He does, but you also know who's guarding his ass?
Listen, it
way
doesn't
better fucking defender.
Listen, I hear you. I'm just saying, as a player, getting voted by your peers, the people you play against, saying you are the suckiest player in the league out of all the superstars.
I'm going to break Paul right now. Yeah, Paul. Guess who they thought the fucking defensive player of the year was, too?
No, that was the writers.
Yes. And who do you think fucking called him the fucking overrated player?
The players voted Halliburton.
Yeah.
The players. The people that are dribbling the ball with this kid.
Do you really think those guys take time out of their day to vote on shit like that? No.
Tyrese Halliburton came out. He was pissed about it.
Listen.
No, I'm saying, do you really think
there's like 450 players in the league, active players in the league, 450 players active in the league. And you're telling me that you got voted most overrated player, and that's not going to put a chip on your shoulder?
I don't
get the fuck out.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Chips on shoulders don't go very far.
It got them to the finals.
Yeah, they got fucking lucky that
this man is the only person in playoff history to have 30 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers in a playoff game. The only player to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Cade Cunningham for the Pistons also did something that a player had never done in the playoffs too. So
where is he at? Where's he at?
They should have been fucking.
But where is he? Where is he?
You can't win a conversation where we're on the side of
you can't. When you're on the losing side, you can't say that.
We should have beat the Knicks. I don't know if we would have beat Boston, man.
Here's the thing: if they come out and they even keep this within fucking 10, I'll be surprised. I'm
not saying that they're going to beat them.
Score right now: 127 for OKC, 99 for fucking Indiana. OKC will fucking shoot the lights out. They'll fucking score 100.
And you might be right. You be right.
68 wins says I'm right. Yeah.
129 to 94
for game one. For Indiana. You're saying 94 is Indiana's getting 94 points.
The total for this game is 230.5. They're definitely scoring over 120.
I'm saying that Indiana is going to score 129 and Oklahoma is going to score 94.
You're so full.
It's going to be their worst game in the playoffs.
I don't even think they've scored.
I'm like, don't say it can't, because game 3 or game 2 in the Western Conference Finals, OKC got their ass smacked.
Yeah, they've got their ass
by Minnesota.
OKC.
So don't say that it can't happen.
Who's better, Paul? Who's better, Minnesota or Indiana?
Those young bloods.
It's besides the point. It's besides the point.
Minnesota
you said that they can't get
finals. Minnesota couldn't get there. I think Indiana's better.
Of course they couldn't get there because they had to go through fucking OKC.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You said that Oklahoma is not going to get smacked around like that.
No, they're not against the team that's inferior.
I hear you.
Name
but
one
they're
team.
Supposed to be the better team, but they've been smacked around a few times this playoffs.
There's better teams in the fucking West than there are in the East. Come on.
Hey, these are the top teams in the league in the playoffs. I don't want to hear that shit.
Mr. Crying that Cleveland was wounded and it would be a bad. Did he not have a post about Cleveland saying that they were going to whoop some ass?
And I was wrong.
Handed to him.
But again, so OKC can get the same ass handed to them.
I think Denver OKC was probably
Paul in the last
second best series so far this year.
Oklahoma City only lost 3 games in the playoffs. What are you talking about getting their ass handed to them? They lost 3 games in the postseason.
What was that Minnesota score?
They got their ass handed.
What was that Minnesota score?
143 to 101.
Got their ass handed to them.
That was one fucking game.
Again, so it can happen.
129 to 94.
It's not an impossible thing.
You write that shit on the board.
Okay, that was one game, and they went 1, 2.
And what was the Denver series?
Denver,
because I know they swept Memphis.
They went 7 with Denver.
Yeah, it went 7 with Denver. But that's Jokic. That's a completely.
Whoa!
Those are the fucking champs, man. You're talking about an Indiana team.
No, they weren't last year. Boston was the champs. They were 2 years ago the champs.
Who scores better in these playoffs? Indiana or OKC?
OKC is the number 1 scoring team in the NBA.
Nope. Proficiently.
OKC.
Indiana.
Yeah. No.
Indiana has the second highest points with proficiency in the NBA. Okay, now it was either Eastern Conference Finals ever or the NBA Finals or the NBA playoffs. Indiana defensively, Indiana's averaging 129 points a game. I think second to OKC. I think OKC's at 131.
I don't think Indiana's averaging 129 points a game.
Yes, there they are.
How are they averaging 129 points a game when they scored 94, 121, 100, 109? How are they scoring? They didn't even score 129 points a game.
Trying to pull up. So Indiana right now is averaging 117 to 120. So they only got 3 on them.
Yeah, only. What about defense?
The point differential is 2 points to 12.
Yeah.
Maybe that was since the calendar year.
I don't know. They haven't scored 125 points.
I think that was to end the regular season, the calendar year, and OKC was 131 to end the year.
Look at this. Look at this. The spread, right? The spread that you're talking about, right?
10.
Right?
Yeah.
The spread that you're talking about.
Yes.
They got Indiana 112. 9. They got them 9.5 over, but they're asking, will OKC be able to win by 10 or more? That's the question. And they don't have it. It's not overwhelming. I think you're underestimating Indiana's defense.
Game 1.
What
game
defense?
1.
What are you fucking talking about?
Indiana's got great defense.
You is bugging.
I think you guys are. I don't think you guys know this.
I don't know what pipe you're smoking. Were you smoking out of that pipe from yesterday?
Has a better defense and a better offense than Indiana.
Sir, you are.
I'm pretty sure they were top 5 in offense and defense. I think Indiana was 8th or 7th or 8th in defense.
Relax. Your mouth, King. Go lay down, Kovu.
You're not going to give me a specific breakdown. All right, whatever. I either dreamt it or I heard it. Either way, it's there.
The money line. I got the money line pulled up. Who's going to win game 1?
All right.
They got Pacers winning 53 out of 100. 53-47 for OKC. They think Indiana's going to pull an upset on game 1.
Okay.
No. They think they're going to pull an upset on game 1, but they're 10-point dogs. There's no fucking way that's true. That's somebody's blowing smoke.
They've been an underdog all the whole playoffs.
No, they
Bunny's
haven't.
probably
The
coming
series,
in on
they were favorites the first series. What are you talking about?
I'm like, the first series don't count.
Yes, it does. It's if you don't get past the first series, you don't make it to the fucking finals. What do you mean it doesn't count? Oh, come on.
I'm just saying.
They were supposed to lose to Cleveland, were they not? That was the projection.
Not when what's his
The
face went. Not when their best player went down.
Because they were headed to the finals. They changed their road signs to the finals. They had a parade before the Eastern Conference Finals was even played. They had a parade.
And they definitely weren't counting Indiana to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone take that thing. Nobody had Indiana taking the East at all.
Boston at 7. Pacers versus OKC.
Wasn't it supposed to be Lakers in 5?
I hate to tell you this. The Pacers were one fucking crazy bounce out of not even being here. So you can sit here and talk about
You can call it whatever you want.
There was no love.
So if that's the case, you can say the same thing about Kawhi Leonard and his lucky little bounce with Toronto. That lucky bounce matters. It went in. What does Toretto say in Fast and Furious? A win is a win.
A win is a win. Oh, I thought we were going to start talking about family. I'm sorry.
No.
All right, so on to the NFL. Joe Milton traded to the Cowboys. Is this impressive?
No.
He says it's a blessing.
For who?
For him.
Okay, that's cute.
Express gratitude. Okay, yeah, I didn't think anything was there either. Eagles working on trading Bryce Huff to the 49ers. So not working on, have done. The last time Bryce was with Robert, he had an elite season. Robert with the 49ers, they've got that space open. Was this a storm?
Pacers have never won a championship either.
I know. We all picked OKC to win, bro. We all picked. What are you doing? We all picked OKC to win the final.
I'm just saying, don't sleep on the Pacers. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sleeping tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be sleeping on them.
So
I bet you 27 points at halftime.
Jeez,
70 to 43.
Oh my God.
So Eagles have traded Bryce Huff to the 49ers.
Correct.
Was this smart? Now our Eagles guy laughed, righteously so. It was
he was happy to see him go.
Dude won a Super Bowl on the bench. Get him the out of here. Because excited when he got there because of what he had done.
The potential.
Couldn't reproduce in the gauntlet that Philadelphia was being put through.
So he was just waste of a roster space, as Mike said.
But now he's on to the 49ers where I think last time he had 13 sacks.
But is he going to be able to produce the same, or is he going to do what he did in Philly and just try to
I think that ends up being the question. Does he re-shine with Robert Saleh? And if he does, was this a mistake?
I don't think so, because I think with Howie, he's been doing good these last few years in the draft and the offseason. So even if Huff has a resurrection in San Francisco with Saleh, I don't think the Eagles lose sleep over it, because they still have dogs on that defense. So I don't think they lose sleep whatever happens with Huff in San Francisco. But that's just me. If I were speaking like Mike, that's probably something he would say.
Okay, so there isn't an exact count of how many eggs the legendary golden goose laid before the golden egg.
Wait,
but
that
all that
didn't make
matters.
sense.
I'm going to tie it together. Hold on. All that matters is that the one point in time, the golden goose thus laid the golden egg. So right now, looking at it from 37,000 feet, from a dude who sat on a roster spot, yeah, it doesn't seem bad. I'm thinking in the future wise, like the last time we saw this dude play with Robert at the helm, he was a
balled out
monster. Like, how do you not get more for that just because of that? yeah, I know this dude was trash and cool for rolling up a roster spot, but like the last time he played with Robert, the dude was a fucking beast. And
you might be right. And San Francisco might be like, we're not going to pay as far as draft picks or whatever. We're not giving up capital for somebody that didn't do nothing last year. But in their back of their mind, they're like, you fucking idiots. I gave away a 5th round for somebody that I know is going to give me double-digit sacks under a regime that a
5th round draft pick for 8 sacks. Are you upset?
No. Again, as the Eagles, I'm still not upset.
Yeah. I guess ultimately because in the end, Salah is getting that production out of him.
And I'm like, again,
he didn't have the mindset to give that same production.
Because if you're the Eagles fans, right? If you're the Eagles organization, let's say he has 8 sacks next year, right?
Yeah.
He has that. He didn't produce for you either way. So he was gonna probably give you the same because it may be the system that he is in with Philly. It didn't fit his play, his style of play. But his style of play fits Robert Saleh's scheme. So, of course, he's going to flourish better over there.
Crazy to give up on a guy in his 5th season.
I'm like, it happens. This is the league. These motherfuckers give up on coaches after 3 years.
Not every team does.
No, I'm just saying, like most on an average, correct me if I'm wrong, when it comes to players, when they get drafted in the league, if you're not, especially if you get drafted within, I would say, 1st, 2nd round, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be a starter in the league within the first 2-3 years.
Yeah,
if you get drafted in the first,
guys actually stick around longer because they stay on the.
But you're expecting a certain level of play, a certain level of production in your first few years if you're getting drafted in the first 2-3 rounds, because those are usually the players that stick around the longest.
The thing is, he's a season away from. It's like he had a down year, like one down year, and then they said, "Fuck you." It makes no sense.
It never makes sense.
Yeah, no.
If he had 2 seasons like the season that he had this last year, I could say what Charles is saying. Like it's a head scratcher a little bit. I'm not saying it's a little head scratcher.
And to me, it feels pompous. It's, hey, of course we're going to trade to our rival, and please.
That is weird though.
Trash.
Outside of San Francisco, this is almost like they traded to Dallas.
In my mind,
it doesn't help because again, San Francisco.
Because who's more?
If it wasn't because of the injuries, San Francisco is considered one of the top teams in the NFC.
Exactly. Who's more of a threat, Dallas or fucking San Francisco?
I think San Francisco, healthy San Francisco is way more of a threat. And not only on top of that, I know they're going to play each other. You imagine Brycey sacking Jalen twice?
He's going to eat that shit up.
Can you?
He's gonna eat that shit up.
And I don't want to talk anymore on this because Mike isn't here, and we need Philly here for these conversations. I love that guy. We'll be getting him here for the football season, so we'll move on after this. But it just, to me, it just seemed weird that you would give Robert or your rival literally the tool he loves working with the most,
and that flourished in my system.
Just for a 5th round draft pick. If you're going to give that to him, like I'm looking for a 3rd.
Yeah,
like, I'm looking for a 3rd if you're taking this.
But again, San Francisco saw that he didn't produce, so they manipulated Philly to be like, "Hey, he was no good for you. Let me take him back."
I'm just saying it's hard to think that Howie would get manipulated, but in this sense, I think there was a scenario, or there could be this scenario where old boy got to his head. He's human. I just hope this isn't like a foundation cracking moment. It just,
you might be absolutely right.
And you got a lot stacking up against you this year. You got old boy out there on the Madden cover taking his Saquon steak to the fucking moon.
Yeah,
that's
ooh, bless you.
You haven't won. Nobody in the NFC East has won their division. The year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl and lost, they didn't win their division again. It was in this last 16-year stretch, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
So there is nothing on the board saying that the Eagles are going to repeat, because if they do, they're going to have to go through this entire historical bend that may end up in a wild card situation.
So for them to win the division and nothing happened to Barkley
at Packers, Eagles beat Packers at Lambeau Field, go on and win their 2nd Super Bowl, and become the second team since the Packers to win a Super Bowl since the Eagles. That would be a script that would be watchworthy. I'd be pissed.
I just want to win 10 games.
The Bears fan just wants to win 10 games. All right, Broncos inducted Demaryius Thomas into the Ring of Fame. I think we've mentioned that a couple of times, but everything and anything that can happen for that young man, I hope does. And I know he.
You think they'll push him into the hall just because?
I think he deserves to be. I think he will. I don't know, man. I got a bleeding heart, so yes. My mind is yes, he does. Yes. If you want to bring up the stats, I'm going to say yes.
I'm like, yes. He made Tim Tebow look good.
Yes. So everything about that young man, yes. Okay, so the final NFL thing, we'll hit this real quick because it's going to go hot. Aaron Rodgers drops hint about signing with the Steelers.
He's done. That's his third time. And there you go. Right. Bye, Paul.
All right, on to the Stanley Cup.
I haven't said this in a long time.
All right, go ahead. Get it out.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. All right, you got it out.
We'll touch on the Stanley Cup Finals here. So we've got a repeat from last year. Some people are upset. I'm ecstatic for it. My dad's a Florida Panthers fan. So I'm just kind of hoping the streak stays alive. I want no ending of the streak. So you need to put your ass into this, Florida, and don't fuck it up. Because there's no way, if this fucking Stanley Cup goes back to Canada for the first time in 25, 26 years, however fucking long it's been, if it goes back there, oh no, I don't know. I told my realtor about the show and he might be watching this. I love you, realtor, but I'm a Red Wings fan and it's my blood. But
wait a minute, they're down 1-0 right now, so it's not looking great.
Just
it's
saying.
only the first period. I was trying to get all riled up, but that's what.
Just saying. Let's go, Florida. Let's go, Florida. Let's go, Florida Panthers. You guys got anything on the Stanleys?
No. Yeah. Go Panthers. Go America. USA. USA. USA.
Are you rooting for Canada?
Come on, Paul. What the hell?
Yeah, you.
USA.
All right.
Yeah.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Go USA.
All right. Anybody got anything else they wanted to add?
No, I'm ready for.
I got one thing. I don't think it means anything, but we're in the race apparently for the Nick Chubb signing. I don't understand why we're trying to get another running back, but I'll take it. Nick Chubb is still, I think, if healthy, like fully healthy, I think he could be a productive running back. And I think he could help Ben Johnson in his offensive plays.
We have a couple contract issues with the Green Bay Packers, but everything I'm hearing is about them playing football. Yeah. It's more about the connections between Jordan Love and the wide receiver, defensive players doing things.
I saw some clips of Bears
from last year.
OTAs the other day. Yeah. I think it was yesterday. And
what I'm liking about the Bears is that it's football.
Yeah, I'm liking what I see. I like the practices that are being held. So I'm excited to see as the offseason continues and training camp starts and all that jazz, and we get to see,
angel wings.
I'm ready for preseason to start to see what the action looks like.
Me too. 80 some days from our fantasy draft.
No fucking grace.
We still need to find 2 more spots. You guys got anybody else?
Or we're going 10, man.
Yeah.
We can start 10 if that's the case, and we just work our way up. If it ends up being that way. Because this is going to be a dynasty. You see what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I did there?
Just gives me 2 extra players.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. All right. For all of our listeners out there from all over, from Ni Hao Maz to Guten something to Vierden something. Wow. I need to fresh up on my hellos and goodbyes. I'm sorry. I do care about all of you. I really do. But anywho, we love you to death here at this show. We appreciate the hell out of you. And we all here know without a doubt that the world is a much better place with you in it.
Backstage twerking to our open ends. This ain't just some summer song. This that drop your panties bomb. This that late night porn strong. Talk your shit and tag along. I see the crew posted up, shirts off, ears up, talking louder than your ex, wish you fuck shit up. Too raw, too deep, we don't sleep, we eat. Hotter than a bikini when you're 13. Now we out here living that goddamn dream. We don't ball, even dumbest. Thought it in the mall, it's the body cause I'm laying good. It's that hell yeah, let's go. We ain't taking summers off, we melt ice with what we drop. Sipping bourbon, talking reckless, still our hottest in the spot. We them boys with the flame, say our name, say it vain. Then we cook your whole brand like a steak in propane. Still wild, still elite, still them boys with the heat. Hotter than your first crush pics on the beach when you were 13. Now we filthy rich with the reach.